Hey guys, welcome to Manifesting Better. I'm back with another video and another topic that needs to be addressed. I also have an Instagram account, the link for that is in the description box below. Coaching is also available, the link for that too is in the description box below. Hey guys, hope you're well and I hope that you're having a wonderful start to the month. So I'm back with another success story, and this was one of the this one is very close to my heart, and I know the client that I am going to be talking about is going to be listening to this. So this one is for you. I am happy with the work that you have put in, but miles to go. We are not going to stop here. So I will first start by reading the success story and then I will explain the situation. This has been a very big transformation according to me. So yeah, I hope that you guys can also take a lot of benefits from this. So here it goes. Dear Karan, I remember the moment I decided to go for coaching with you. I remember it because even though I was in a relationship for the first time in my life with the person I deeply loved and adored, I felt so much anxiety. I felt overwhelmed with my insecurities because of my series of past failed relationships, including separation from a very unhealthy marriage. All of which I now know I attracted because of my unhealthy patterns. When I came to you, I had bare minimum knowledge of what a healthy relationship looks like, as I had never seen one since my childhood. I was so insecure about my age and I felt completely lost. I was so scared that I would sabotage the present relationship I valued most for the first time in my life. So I decided to finally face my fears head on by working together with you as my coach. And that was one of the best decisions I made in 2023. You not only saved my relationship, but made it more beautiful. You showed me there is no right age to find true love, no religion, no external circumstances can stop you from getting what you want if you truly love and value yourself. If you wholeheartedly persist and believe in what you desire, even in the toughest of circumstances. Thank you so much for your honesty, directness, and the amazing affirmations that brought me so much clarity and peace to my life. Most importantly, thank you for always pointing out to me when my insecurities took over and for being brave enough to tell me the truth in my face. This was so refreshing and helped me build my dream life that I am living now. And I will also very soon share it with my boyfriend in our home. Yes, we are moving in together and it feels so right and naturally a next step for us. Thank you for showing me that if I can detach from the outcome, prioritize myself, and fully embrace and develop a healthy relationship with my insecurities, anything is possible. And it is. Most importantly, thank you for continuing to show me how I can recognize and balance my insecurities. It's a journey with a lot of more work and healing to do, which I continue to focus on. I feel so much love and kindness, forgiveness towards myself for the first time in my life. I feel like anything and everything is possible. My heart is open to genuine love, and I'm not afraid of setting and keeping healthy boundaries. And now I understand even if you can manifest your dream relationship, your dream job, life, or anything else, the only way to sustain it is to face your fears, to go deep within your fears and understand your unhealthy patterns, to heal yourself, and most importantly, to be the love that you seek. You are your only savior, and no matter what happens, if you know who got you is you, everything will fall into place. So, thank you for showing me the mirror, no matter how ugly the truth was at that moment, because that ugly truth made way for my beautiful reality now. I am so grateful to have you as my coach, and from the bottom of my heart, thank you. I am really sorry because this success story was long, but yeah, I loved every minute of it. So let me explain her situation first, what exactly happened with her, and then I will tell you what we worked on. So this woman came from a family where her parents were divorced. And they were divorced at a very young age. Now, she had an okay relationship with her mother, but she did not actually have any relationship with her father at all. When at a young age, your parents break up and they divorce or they separate. As a child, because what you have to understand is your whole security physically is dependent on your parents, right? All you are doing is you are learning from your parents at that time. And what happens is at that time, you cannot have the ability to question them. You cannot actually afford to do that. Because if you question them, then you wouldn't be in a place where you would feel secure because your security is dependent on them. So when a child goes through a divorce of their parents and one figure actually pulls away, especially for a female where when the masculine figure pulls away, she wouldn't know what a masculine figure is supposed to be like. And we take it upon ourselves. We tell ourselves that the reason that they separated was because of me. right? And that is the starting point of a very poor self concept and toxicity in relationships. Now, this person also did not have a very great relationship with her mom, because her mom was very bitter because of the separation. Because the separation happened because of her mom too, but the dad was the one who walked away and totally abandoned her from her life. Now, her mom got involved in another relationship. Her stepdad is amazing. But when, as a child, you are going through that, you get a scar in your mind, right? You develop beliefs based on that, and then you move forward from there. So she had a series of failed relationships, right? A series of failed relationships. At that age, when you're getting into something like that, your definition of relationships also plummets. Because for you right now, if I tell you something, you can understand that it's a toxic relationship. But for someone who's into it, that's not a toxic relationship. That's just a relationship, because that's all they have ever seen. So for her, all these relationships were not toxic relationships. For her, all these relationships were relationships, because that's what she had assumed relationships are. She was always so scared that the masculine figure, whoever she will get involved in, will walk away from her because her father did. And she was always so timid towards her approach in life, because she saw that her mother, when she put herself first, the father left. But because her mother did not put herself first in the correct way, it was a kind of a power struggle game that she was playing, because of which the separation happened. And that's a different topic, different story. But I'm just trying to explain to you this person's psyche on how she developed these issues. Then she got into a very long term relationship, which was toxic from the start. But because she did not know how relationships are supposed to be, she kept going forward with that, because she was growing older and she had insecurities about her age, which made her settle. So, a combination of men will leave me. So, if this guy is sticking around, that's an amazing thing. I am getting older, so why would anyone want to be with me? And my self concept is already not in a good place. So, I don't actually think I deserve the best thing. And lastly, it's because I have seen relationships which are toxic. So a little bit toxicity in relationships is normal, right? That's what she kept going along with, till eventually she got married with that person. And that marriage ended. She is the one who ended it, because she finally realized that that's not where she wants to be. After that ended, she started to work a lot on herself. And eventually she got together, like she got into a few dynamics, did not work out very well, till she got with this person. Now, when she got with this person, by this time, she had actually worked on herself a lot. But her insecurities were making her sabotage this relationship. She was in a complete self sabotaging cycle. So, this guy, they got together, but because she had worked on herself, but not her relationship mindset, what was happening was she was consistently trying to seek security from this person. Her every action was, in a way, trying to get this person to actually make her feel secure, which is not what a relationship is supposed to be like. And because she actually did not know what a healthy relationship is, as she was moving forward in this, every time something new was happening, her mind was telling her that something wrong is going to happen now, because every time it has, and because that's your mind's way to not have you feel blindsided. So your mind gives you these intrusive thoughts as a way to prepare yourself for the worst case scenario. If in case the worst case scenario happens, it wants you to be prepared. It wants you to know that, yeah, if the worst case happens, at least you would have that preparation, at least you wouldn't be caught off guard. So that's what kept happening with her. Without knowing, even this relationship, when it started, was going good, she got into a power struggle game. So she started playing these manipulative tactics that some dating coaches talk about, that, oh, you should play hard to get, you should do this, you should do that, like you should never text him 2 times in a row, all these things, like all these. And even though the relationship was going amazing at the start, she attracted it in her life because she had worked on herself. She did not know how to maintain it. And that's what my whole point of it as a coach is, that getting your manifestations is not the only thing, maintaining it is. That's what I always talk about. If you talk to any of my clients, you will know that I always focus on the longevity of that thing rather than the receiving of that thing. After that, we worked a lot on her self-sabotaging behaviors, and her impulses to consistently act on things that did not actually matter, and that she doesn't actually have to act on. After working a lot on these things, we also established what a healthy self-concept looks like. We did a lot of inner child healing. This person had purchased my self-concept course, and after finishing the course, she came to me for coaching. So my course already has a lot of things about inner child work, inner child meditations. There is also guided meditation in it, which she had access to. So we worked a lot on that. After working on that, we also worked on her definition of how men are supposed to treat her, because she had started attracting good things in her life. She also manifested a job, but because her mindset towards that was that, I can get these things but not men, because men will always treat me wrong. I can get all of this but not that, because that thing will always treat me wrong. Because of her perception being that way, and because of her direction of thinking being that way, she was consistently sabotaging this for herself. And because of that, she was manifesting hot and cold scenarios. The person would sometimes call, sometimes wouldn't. A lot of times it wouldn't be anything, but she would perceive it to be something bad, because she was always assuming that negative things are happening to her because they have happened in the past. After working on that, we also worked a lot of on perception change. Now this was the biggest thing. We started changing our perceptions about everything. That only comes after you have changed your beliefs. So of course, changing your beliefs is the most important part at the start, but after that, it's also important to carry that forward in the perceptions that you are building for yourself now. So as she was changing her beliefs, she was also changing her perceptions. While changing her perceptions, we got into a better dynamic with the whole situation. When we kept moving forward, one thing I really, really absolutely adore with her is that she's very open to advice. I get a lot of clients who I tell the truth to. Like, my whole game and my whole situation is telling the truth, right? I keep telling the truth. But a lot of times people are not very susceptible to that, because they think that, you know what, like, why is this person saying this? I will just keep moving forward in the direction that I was and hope it will work out. But if you're actually investing into a coach, or if you're actually investing into any service, open your mind up. Don't be defensive towards the advice. Now, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't be critical towards it. Definitely be critical, but don't let your insecurities win when you can absolutely grow from there. When that advice is the thing that is helping you. All the clients that I have, people who take advice are always better off. And that's an absolutely amazing thing on their end, because it's not always easy to be open to advice. I have been in situations in my life where I haven't been open to advice too, unless I became a coach. Then after that, I realized that, oh, maybe there are people out there who don't know, who know things that I don't know yet. So maybe they can teach me, right? And that's the whole purpose of seeking help. After that, she accepted her relationship with her mom, and she's working on that, because her mom comes from her own trauma and she's projecting that onto her. And we also worked on the fact that people around her, when they are doing something, not everything is meant to trigger her. She gets triggered, and that's fine, but not everything is an attack towards her. When we have been in situations like this, we always perceive everything as an attack, because that is our way to make ourselves feel protected. But not everything is an attack, because when two people can be in the same room going through same circumstance, and one of them can be triggered, one of them not, it's because our insecurities get triggered, not the trigger outside is the one triggering us. So a lot of times there is just a circumstance that is happening. We call that an opposite circumstance based on what we want it to be. We perceive it based on our perceptions and our beliefs, not what it actually is. So if you are getting triggered by things, a very good question to ask yourself should be, am I really getting triggered by this because it is triggering, or are these just my insecurities coming to the surface? That will help you. Then right now, still, she gets into a place where her mind automatically gets her to a mindset where she has to play these power struggle game in relationships, right? Which is something we are still working on, and it's getting a lot better. Then she, after working on herself, she started getting consistent contact and everything. One of her desires was that this relationship moves into, from the hot and cold place where it was, to a committed relationship, and from there to moving in together. We worked on that, and she got the commitment, and that happened before, but I was waiting till the point that they moved in together for me to post this success story. So this guy came from his end. She did not actually manipulate, did not do anything, did not take any quote unquote inspired action to make it happen. This guy came to her from his end, told her that, hey, I would like for us to move in together. And when it came to us, it felt so natural, right? And that's what Neville Goddard also meant, that the feeling of normalcy in your manifestations is important, right? Because the more normal you feel with it, the more naturally it comes, and the bridge of events are also conspired that way. So as she was working on that, she got that commitment now, and they are moving in together. He has already asked her, and they are planning to find a place and everything. That's amazing. Now, if you are in this situation, my advice to you would be to keep on going, but also understand that a lot of times there aren't any circumstances, but your perceptions are what are creating these circumstances. Not every time something is wrong. A lot of times we are just playing this power struggle game in our mind, and trying to win when even if we win, we have lost. So if she would have won these power struggle games in relationships, she would have actually lost the relationship in itself, which is something we are trying to avoid. So I hope this helps. I hope this video motivates you, and I hope that if you are in a similar situation, that you are the next success story. And I will see you guys in the next one. Click the like button if you liked the video. Subscribe and turn the notifications on for more such content. Comment down your video suggestions and I will see you guys in the next one.